That's what I'm really looking forward to. Is my boy Dricus Du Plessis versus Darren Till. I'm super pumped for this one. Du Plessis coming in at minus 156, minus 155 against Darren Till, sitting in that plus 120 range. This is one I just snagged right now, like earlier today, looking at these lines because I feel like it's going to move heavily, especially as some of that sharp money comes in throughout the week. I think DDP is an extremely smart play here. He's going to pressure Darren Till very heavily, very early on. We saw what he did in his last fight against Brad Tavares, where he's a little bit of a wild man. He goes running in there, but he throws heavy shots. They're very hard to avoid. They're accurate. And Darren Till, I don't think has like that counter punching ability like he used to. Darren Till he's still got it in some aspects, but he doesn't have the chin. I don't think he has the power, the activity in the octagon anymore. So, he doesn't have like that counter punching ability when DDP is going to be rushing into his face. So I expect, Du Plessis to just really get in there with Darren Till, chase him down, drop him, and potentially end this fight early. If not, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. I still think that DDP comes out on top with a decision victory. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, this is one that if I think too much about, I start to skew towards Darren Till, especially when you watch some of his earlier fights. And, this is he was fighting at 170 and is now moved up to 85. He was just not fast enough, I think, for the upper levels, like the George Masvidal at 170, moved up to 85, had the split decision against Kelvin Gastelum, lost to Robert Whitaker and in a really, really good fight. Enjoyable fight to watch, but you could tell that Robert Whitaker was just the better MMA fighter at that point. And then he has the submission to Derek Brunson. If you think about Darren Till, when it comes to people who are longer than him or have a better, well-rounded game than him, he ends up losing. When he has, a long reach advantage or like a weight advantage or like some strong advantage, and he's able to keep it standing and keep it in his area that he's dominant in, he wins. So I think at the top level of 170, he just wasn't fast enough to get it done, and he had a little bit of chins issues against George Masvidal. I don't know why I couldn't pull his name out against George Masvidal. And then, he was able to have the reach advantage at 85 against, I have a terrible memory right now, against Kelvin Gastelum. And then moving on against guys that are a little bit closer to his size at 85, Robert Whitaker was able to get it done because he's more well-versed and he's more well-rounded in different areas. He can put it up against the cage and bring it down. And I think that's going to be an ability that Dricus Du Plessis is going to bring here. I think he's going to have that grappling ability. Now, you can't underestimate the fact that Darren Till has been out with Khamzat Chimaev, and he's been focusing on grappling for a long time. He knows the way to victory for opponents on him, but I think Dricus Du Plessis is going to be a guy who comes in there. He's got really powerful hands. He's fast. He's going to have the reach advantage. He's going to be a little bit bigger than Darren Till. He's going to be made more of muscle, where Darren Till has looked kind of worse and worse in each of his fights, and it's not looking like he's going to come in there looking shredded all of a sudden next week. So for all of those reasons, I'm going with Dricus Du Plessis. I think he's the safer pick here. I think he's shown less troublesome, areas of the game. He's had a really good chin up until this point. He's got the ground game if he needs to go to it. That fight against Brad Tavares showed that he was good in a lot of different areas, and Brad Tavares is a stronger opponent, I think, at this point than Darren Till at 185 pounds. So if he gets it done against the type of opponent in Brad Tavares, I think he'll get it done against Darren Till, and I don't want to think too much more about it.
Solid. Totally fair. That's how I felt about the last one. I'm a lot more confident here. I think at minus 150, high value pick still as a favorite. And something I'm really looking forward to seeing that DDP does really well is clinch and then throw nasty knees up to the head, right down the pipe, and just bloody guys up. I'm really looking forward to seeing Darren Till's face get opened up by DDP this weekend. As bad as that sounds. But